You guys have seen me go from homeless to home and walk away from my Army career. I've been reading every single one of you guys' comments, and I'm here to answer the hard questions. So I have them here, and I will be reading them directly from the phone. Question 1 is, what advice do you have for someone still in the military feeling mishandled? Always put you first. If you're still dealing with mental issues and you're still in the thick of it, you still gotta prioritize your mental health no matter what they say. I have a couple of resources that you can actually use that I used, and a lot of these I found out while I was going through what I was going through. But number one being the chaplain. The chaplain has no paper trail, so nothing can be traced back to you. They do not talk to your chain of command about anything that you guys have spoke about. It's just full confidentiality. They cannot speak on anything that you and them have spoke about. I don't know if you've heard of the Brandon Act. The Brandon Act is a military law that allows service members to request a confidential mental health evaluation at any time and for any reason. Leaders are legally obligated to forward the request immediately. This legislation is named after Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Brandon Concerner, who died by suicide in 2018 after enduring a toxic command environment. It goes to let you guys know that suicide does happen in the military, and a lot of times you are being bullied for seeking mental health. It literally says it right here in the act, in the Brandon Act. This young man committed suicide in 2018 after enduring a toxic command environment. Toxic, and they can be extremely toxic, and that's what I dealt with. But I hate that people are still having those issues in the service. Like, that's crazy. Like, mental health is a big thing, and the fact that people are still being bullied and mistreated by a toxic command is crazy to me. But all of those things, of course, you can utilize to help you deal with your mental health. And if you aren't necessarily speaking on those things, let me tell you some other things that I did. I also took yoga classes. I know that sounds kind of odd, but like when I was getting ready to get out of the military and stuff like that, and I was dealing with that toxic command, I started yoga classes. Yoga just kind of helps with your mind, body, soul, spirit or whatever. It teaches you a lot of deep breathing and about kind of just going somewhere else in your head, If you have a hobby, something that you love, maybe do that. Take a cooking class. If you like art, go to these art classes. They have things like that all over these days, Question number 2, how did you handle the grief while transitioning? Girl, I don't think I handled it very well, to be quite honest. What I will say is now looking back on it, what I think that I should have done was cry. I feel like I should have allowed myself to feel every emotion instead of trying to be a soldier for everybody else around me. The biggest thing I would tell you to do is to grieve, to actually grieve. Allow yourself to do it and don't feel like you're less of a soldier, a man, a woman, because it is human to grieve a loss. That's what we do. We grieve losses, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. How do you stay disciplined with 75 hard while managing 2 kids alone? Because my weight is affecting my mental health. I do not like the way I look. I look in the mirror every morning and cry. And that alone is how I stay determined to lose the weight, because I'm sick of waking up and looking in the mirror and seeing what I see. So that's definitely how I'm staying disciplined enough to lose the weight. I am sick of looking in the mirror and seeing a baby whale. Like, I don't like that. That's just how I feel. And with 2 kids, believe it or not, my kids are very, very supportive. My oldest daughter actually gets up and comes and walks with me by the water in the morning. My youngest child likes yoga, so she'll do yoga with me. We'll turn on the TV and we'll put our little mats out and we'll do yoga. So I've managed to do it because my kids support me. They're very supportive. So that we just kind of turn it into like a family thing. So yeah. How has having your own space changed your mental health? I can go in my room now and cry. And I'm not trying to be funny, but when we were living in the hotel, we were all in one room. Everything is pretty open. So there was really no time for me to like go and feel my feelings and cry about it or let it out or journal about it or whatever. And a lot of that has to do with the girls always being in the room with me and trying to stay a happy mother in front of children is the biggest part. Like, you don't want to be sad and crying. Your kids feel that. You know, they feel your energy. They feel what you feel. So it was hard to let out my emotions because my kids were always around. My kids were always in the building. So now that we have our own place, like my kids have their own room, I have my own room. So sometimes, you know, I'll go in my room and I'll journal. I'll talk to God or talk to myself. So allow myself to cry if I need to cry. What's the next big goal for your family? I think one of my next biggest plans just for me is, like I said, securing a job that can support our lifestyle, and then getting passports so that we can see the world. This is more so a statement. She's saying that she thought about going active, but now she's thinking that she'll just stay in the National Guard after she's heard my story. I want to tell you, don't let my story deter you from going active duty, because of course my story may not be your story. You may go in the Army and it may be completely peaches and cream for you. You may not ever have any of the issues I've had. You may have an amazing chain of command. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. That is nothing that we can foresee. My story is just letting people know that this is out there, that this does happen. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Brandon Act pretty much shows that it's worldwide. It's across the military. This was a Navy SEAL. This was a sailor. Like, this didn't even have to do with the Army, and he still had the same issues that I dealt with in the Army. I hate to say that it's just toxic with some people. I'm pretty sure that there are people that have better stories to tell than I had. But again, I would say maybe just weigh your pros and cons and figure out if it's worth it in your book. You know, why do you want to go active? You know, is it the money? Is it because it's your dream? You know, why would you want to make that transition? You get what I'm saying? For me, it was my dream. Of course, the money played a part, but my experience in the Army National Guard was so good that I'm like, dang, you know, I could do this full time and make more money and this be a career. That is why I essentially chose to go active duty. I had no idea what was waiting for me when I got there. So yeah, I would just say weigh your pros and cons, and if it's something that you still want to do, go for it. But be aware that these type of things do happen, and probably have a plan in place in case you ever come across piss poor chain of command. That's the best I could say, but being active duty is a whole nother animal, and we just gonna leave it at that, girl. Do you have a song that just fires you up? I have two songs that I only play when I need them to remind me who I am and what I'm capable of doing. And girl, yes, Still Standing by Monica and Ludacris. I'm still standing. When I tell you, like, just thinking about that song, it makes me want to cry, because I have been through it. And I feel like that song literally captures it all. Like, that song, even when I'm hearing it, like, it does fire me up. It gets me like hype, but it also makes me cry because I resonate with the song so much. I absolutely love that song. I do. Like, it didn't kill me. Like, the whole what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I hate that saying, but like, the stuff I've been through, that song is literally like it. That's it for me. So yes, girl, Still Standing by Monica is that song. That is your girl's theme song. And a lot of y'all have said that I need a mental and physical break. Like, I need to go on some type of vacation. And when your girl has the funds to take a vacation, I promise y'all I will. But right now, it's just not in the cards. I am literally still trying to keep my head above water. And so we're gonna move on to you guys trying to help me out in the job market and where I can look for jobs as a med tech. I really appreciate you guys commenting. I want you guys to know that I see y'all as well. Thank you so much. A lot of you have been telling me to go to the pharmacies, and trying the hospitals and stuff like that. And I want you to know that I have definitely been on Indeed. And just today, I put in at least 20 applications. The thing about it, y'all, is the transition, trying to being a student and coming out of school, they want 3 to 5 years experience a lot of the time. And they have a hard time taking a chance on a student, someone who's fresh out of school, you know. And it's crazy because you feel like you do the right thing. I served, then I went back to school, have a degree, have my certification, and I'm still having a hard time finding work. It's not for lack of trying, girl. Like, I promise you, I have been trying. It's just, somebody has to take a chance on me. That's just where we are. Somebody has to take a chance. And in the meantime, you know, I'm out here every day doing DoorDash, coming home exhausted, y'all, to make the money. Like, I'm really having to go get the money. I've applied for jobs that aren't even in of what I want to do, just to have some type of income coming in. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I have definitely heard what you guys have been saying, and I have applied to places that have pharmacy techs. Like, I've tried that. I've even applied to places that need medical assistance. Like, a lot of my skills can translate right to medical assistant, like being the person in the office that's just taking vitals and stuff like that. I promise you, girl, I'm trying. I'm so grateful for you guys joining the family. Your comments give me so much strength. Like, I really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. Anyways, yes, y'all, I really hope that I was able to effectively answer all of your questions. If there are any more, go ahead and comment down below anything that I didn't answer in this video. And also, let me know what else you guys would like to see from me here on this channel. And that is the end of this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all in my next one. Bye, babes.